chlamydia. Anyway. So, how are you, Tasha?
I'm great. I'm just now realizing that my stuff is way too easy for D&D, and I need to up my shit
I disagree.
or quit being a DM forever.
I disagree. I think this was a perfect skill level for everyone.
So says you.
I almost died.
No, you did not.
I had 35 hit points left.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was out of 48, but still.
That was nothing. No thing.
But I'm a ranged character, so that's, I'm supposed to not get hit.
Yeah, well, they took down my big bad, like, easy as pie.
See, now you know how Brandon felt when we killed that hill giant.
How annoying.
He was so mad.
And what's funny is I forgot his fucking fire resistance, so he could have taken even less damage and died a little later, but still would have died too soon, in my opinion.
Not necessarily. He killed Fernando's character.
Oh yeah, I did.
Well, he downed him.
Downed him.
He had him on one death save.
Yeah. D&D.
Yeah.
So how was your week this week?
It was good until today. But that was family stuff. So it is what it is. Everything else seems fine, though. I had some interesting people at work, and then I ignored a lot of people. I listened to some new music that I found out that I like.
Ooh.
So
is it Beyonce's country track?
Fuck no. So you know Hosier, right?
Yeah.
I heard another song by them that I like that apparently is part of an Instagram trend or something called Too Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good song.
I will check it out. I am a fan of Hosier.
And then another one was a country song. And I'm not super into country, but one of my passengers was like, hey, listen to this, Ryan Wilcox and Sunday Shakes. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I put it on, and this song came on called Mexican Wind. It's really good. I liked it. It's really bluesy. Less country and more bluesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy me a little country. I enjoy me a little blues. I may try it out.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out. Let's see. Other than that, I think have we talked since I helped put in the fridge? We did, right?
I think so, yeah. So the fridge is in.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was funny. I watched my mom try to get something out of the fridge, and because it's so big,
mm-hmm.
she it almost pulled her in instead of her pulling it open.
Oh no!
Yeah, she grabbed both of the handles up the top. And she goes to pull, and she went flying forward instead of the doors coming at her. And I was like, maybe you overreached on this one.
Oh no! What's that one creature in Ghostbusters that's in the fridge?
Slimer?
Oh.
I don't know.
It was like a portal too.
Oh, yes. The one that was in Sigourney Weaver's apartment. Zool? Was that the right name?
That's the right name.
Yeah.
I think. Good fact check.
I actually just watched the new Ghostbusters movie.
How was it?
It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I want to see it. But I haven't seen it, but I want to see it.
I like Paul Rudd. What's funny is I missed Afterlife. I didn't watch Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I didn't either.
But I
don't... Wait. Is that the women?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I saw the one with the women. And then I didn't watch the first one with Paul Rudd.
Mm-hmm.
But I did watch this one. And I watched this one because I went... a friend of mine texted me and said, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing. And she was like, hey, you want to go get something to eat? I said, sure. So we go eat. And then while we're eating, she goes, what are we doing after this? And I was like, I thought this was it. I was going to eat and then go home. And she was like, you want to go see a movie? And I was like, what movie? She said, Ghostbusters. So she already had this planned. And I said, I guess. She goes, she did that thing, that women do when she goes, you don't have to, that
Yep.
thing with, yeah.
The eye roll.
And the kind of side look. Yeah. I was like, so
She got
I
you.
really have to then.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we went and saw it.
I'm glad it was good.
It was.
Guess I got to watch both of them.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the other one. I didn't get a chance to start that book that I was telling you about.
Oh.
It was on your list.
Yeah.
But I downloaded it and haven't gotten to start listening to it yet.
Well, when you do, let me know.
I started listening to a podcast instead.
A new one or at the same
No,
time?
it's one of the same podcasts that I've been listening to, but a new episode came out. And I was like, I have to listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. Anyway.
My week was interesting. I started the week off sick at home.
As you do.
And it was a short week to begin with. It was a 4-day week. So I spent 2 days at home, 2 days at school. And while I was at home, I was binge watching Resident Alien.
Yeah. Now you're all caught up.
Now I'm all caught up. I love that show. Well, actually, I'm not all caught up. That's a lie because there's still season 3 that I haven't seen on Peacock.
Yeah. Are you paying for Peacock?
No, my folks are.
Oh, okay. So it is on the premium Peacock, though, because they've got free Peacock as well.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't plan on paying for it, but I was going to see if I could watch it.
Alan Tudyk.
He's so good.
He is.
Like I said, every time I watch someone watch Firefly for the first time,
oh gosh,
they fall in love with that show and Alan Tudyk's character. But when the funniest thing to me on that show is that it never ceases to make me laugh because they start with, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this theme song. This theme song sounds kind of dumb. By the 5th episode, they're singing along with it. Take my love, take my land. Yeah, that song. So funny. Like, it got you, didn't it?
And they sing it a little bit differently every time.
Yeah, I love watching people watch that show, though, or even other stuff.
You love watching people cry watching that show.
I love watching people cry in general. I'm not gonna lie. I watched this girl watch Good Will Hunting for the first time, and she burst into tears at. Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
I have, but it's been
several
years.
There's a scene toward the end of the film where Robin Williams' character is telling Matt Damon's character, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault." And Matt Damon's like, "Don't fuck with me, man. Don't fuck with me." It's not your fault. And then Matt Damon's character starts crying, and he's letting it go, right? He's letting all the aggression go, and she just broke down. She just started bawling so much.
Sometimes,
and I was laughing hysterically.
Thank you. Jeez.
It was ugly crying. It was, you can't see my face, guys, but it was just so bad.
It's pretty ugly.
And she was like
the cry.
The makeup that she had was all like running down her face. Her face was completely red. I
feel bad for her, and I haven't even seen it.
By the end of it, she goes, "I was going to record something else after this." She was like, "But now I think I just need a hug from my husband."
I just need to take a break.
And she's like, "And I'm going to snuggle with Beans," which is her cat. And I'm going to go to bed.
That is funny.
So, anyway, was that the end of your week? I went off on a tangent.
Yes, that was the end of my... Well, what did I do Friday? Oh, Friday I took Dad to the VA for a checkup. Everything's looking okay.
Good.
Yeah, that was it. That was my week.
Oh, okay, good.
Pretty uneventful.
I kind of sidetracked us with Alan Tudyk talk.
That's okay. I love Alan Tudyk.
Then I guess we're ready to get into it then?
I guess so.
All right. Well, hit him with the intro, Tasha.
welcome to What M Dreams. I'm one of your hosts, Tasha, and I'm here with
Jake Gyllenhaal. No, Dustin.
and we're here to talk to you about dreams. Dreams.
Okay, so I texted you this week
Right?
a single word and told you that I would explain it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Please go off. Share with the audience what the word was.
The word was about a dream that I had, and it was Kangabulls.
Kangabulls.
Yeah.
I said, what?
Yeah.
That was it. And then you said something else ridiculous.
It could have been bullaroos, I guess.
And then I said, what?
So, the dream that I had, I was walking in someone's ranch. Someone had a ranch, and it looked like it could have been like anywhere, basically. You know.
Okay.
But they had, first of all, they had a gorilla with them, and I was like, I don't know what this. But like the gorilla was pretty aggressive.
Oh.
But he, the people were keeping him in check, and then we got to this one section, and they were like, and this is our big thing that we do here, and he gestured out into this field where there was probably 30 of these things, and they were kangaroos, right? But they were about 3 or 4 times the size of a kangaroo.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
With the head of a bull, with the horns and everything,
Kangabulls.
Yeah, with the head of a bull. It was mostly a kangaroo, just bigger with that head and the coloring of bulls. Like, so some of them were black, some of them were like white and brown, like spotted, stuff like that. But I was so unnerved. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You can't do this. This has to be illegal. I'm pretty sure you can't have Kangabulls. And he was like, no, this is what we do here. We make these. And I was like, I've never heard of this. What the fuck are you talking about? This doesn't exist. And then I woke up.
Jesus.
I remember waking up going, the fuck is a Kangabull?
And they could have been, what was the other one?
Bullaroos.
Bullaroos.
Yeah.
Kangabulls. Oh my gosh. There's got to be some neck strain. The bull on top of
You would
the
think.
bullhead.
Tiny ass arms,
on
too.
top of a kangaroo. No, kangaroos are fucking jacked.
I mean, tiny ass arms compared to the rest of them because they've got the big ass legs.
Sure, it would be disproportionate.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then those horns that were like massive. They were like,
That's disturbing.
like 12-foot wide horns. Like,
Imagine the mom.
yeah. It was fucked up. I was like, I don't think you can do this, man.
This is wrong.
Yeah.
This is got to be against the rules.
I was like, didn't you watch that fucking movie? Fucking Jurassic Park? You're not supposed to play with science,
Yeah,
man. You're not supposed to play with science. Fucking nature finds a way, man. This thing's gonna kill everybody.
Yeah. Good punch. Good,
It's gonna gore you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
horn gore.
Yeah.
But to be like, they'd have to bend their neck in such a way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just picture the logistics of bending a bull's neck downwards to charge. It's got to be alarming.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely terrifying, especially since it's walking on its hind legs, mostly.
Yeah, hopping.
Yeah.
Jesus, what have you done?
I don't know. But now I'm afraid that I've put it out in the world and someone's gonna make it.
Yeah, I feel like I need to Google it.
Well, I don't think it exists. You can Google it if you want to, but
I'm gonna Google
I
it.
highly doubt that it exists.
Apparently, there's a dog breed named Kangabull.
Well, this is not that.
No. Okay, time for Bullaroo.
What?
The Boys of Bullaroo, Tales of War, Aussie Mateship, and more. Nope. That don't sound like it. Oh, another dog breed is a cross between a bulldog and a kangaroo.
What?
That looks fake.
It's gotta be.
Surely.
It's gotta be like that fucking dog on Poor Things.
I'm slightly
It's
alarmed
like a
thinking
dog
about this.
boost.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta finish watching that whole film.
I'll try. I'll try.
You've got to. You have to. It's got some of the
So
best
weird.
quotes ever.
I mean, I saw some of them in the trailer, of course.
Like, can I spoil some?
Like, I know the, excuse me, I think I have to go punch that baby or something like that. That made me laugh when I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to. For the quotes alone.
You already spoiled some of the quotes for me because you texted them.
I did. Well, okay, you were right around that scene. I thought you might have seen it already. Did you?
No.
Oh, but, well, I spoiled it.
I told you where I turned it off. Anyway, so that was my dream.
Okay.
Well, one of the 3 that I have written down.
All right. I had a dream.
All right, Martin Luther.
No, not nearly that
Oh, not profound.
profound. Yeah, significant. Way less. It was about zombies. It was zombie related.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
It started out like a video game, an arcade game that I was playing. And the topmost story of a skyscraper building, that's where I was in the dream. So I was playing it, and I remember there being people around me. And then all of a sudden, as I was playing it, I remember there being zombies around me, like just starting to pop up out of in my peripheral.
Oh.
So I was playing the game on the arcade, the zombie escape maze game, but also I was becoming more and more aware that I was also in a zombie escape maze game.
Oh, okay.
Like challenge. I don't know. It was unclear if they were real zombies or if they were like, like haunted house type zombies.
Like people dressed up.
Uh-huh. But I was not nearly as alarmed as I should have been if they were real. I was alarmed, but not nearly as alarmed. So the goal of the game was to get into a safe room, and that safe room would be like the portal back into like the real safe world. But the rooms would change. Like the correct doors would change.
Uh-huh.
Depending on the floor you were on. I remember like trying to open a door and there being other people trying to open other doors in the same hallway as me. And I did not open the right door. There were zombies like behind me, almost about to get me. But they didn't. So yeah, it was like a zombie maze / simulation. I don't really know if it was a game or not. At one point in the dream too, I was on a train.
Okay.
Down below the zombie skyscraper building, looking up at the windows to see if I could peek in and cheat and find the right safe room in case I ended up back up there again, like on the top floor. I was like, okay, I've got a strategy. If I end up in this building again, I'm just going to go to the topmost floor. So as I was going by in the train, I was thinking, I can't miss which room window is lit up and which ones are dark. That was my strategy. I don't know what that was about. Okay, so that's all I remember from that dream. But I think this came from anytime that I'm driving on the highway, well, anytime I'm a passenger being driven on the highway, I'm looking inside of buildings to make sure I'm not in a simulation.
And have you seen anyone in those buildings yet?
Yes.
Lies.
I have. But I also do wonder that if the simulation knows that I'm looking now.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
And so they're like putting people.
Yeah, it's just rendering just for you.
In the ones that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I still look though. Just imagine. Because one time, I don't know when I started this, but I was like, I've never seen a person in that stupid fucking building. Are there ever any people in that building? How many times have I driven by this building and not seen a person in it? So then I started really looking. Like, I feel like I need to buy myself a pair of binoculars and keep them in all of our vehicles so that I can peer into windows. That's weird, though.
Yeah, you're going to get arrested.
Can you? Probably.
It depends, I think. I mean, because you're technically infringing on people's privacy, so. But I mean, I guess if you're not looking into homes, it's fine. If you're looking into, like, office buildings, I don't think it's a problem.
I look a lot in
Unless it's like
buildings.
a federal office building, in which case, like.
I'm looking in all the open windows. That's bad. Maybe I shouldn't. But I'm looking for people, just like life.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not there.
That's what Peeping Toms are doing, too. They're looking for people.
I'm not there long enough to see anything else besides a person.
Yeah, just a quick flash of
a murder?
Skin.
Oh.
Maybe a murder. Hopefully not a murder.
Hopefully not. It'd be like the woman on the train.
I was thinking of Rear Window.
The woman in cabin 10. There's so many books like The Woman in, The Woman in, The Woman in, The Woman
The
in
Girl
the
with the
House
Dragon
in the Corner.
Tattoo.
There's a parody made of that somewhere on Netflix, I think, by Kristen Bell.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think it had a long, ridiculous title, like The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Window in the Cabin.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen that.
Something like that.
I was listening to a podcast. It's a 20-minute podcast every day or every weekday called Morning Somewhere. And one of the hosts was talking about a book she was reading, and she was saying, it was called The Throne of Glass or something like that, or The Glass Throne or something. Anyway, and her husband, who is the other host, goes, yeah, but isn't that like the most generic thing you could, call one of those fantasy books? Like a Throne of Glass. Like that could literally be any fantasy book.
Yeah. Yeah, they're becoming a thing.
A Court of Thorn and Roses.
And that's on my list.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are lots of titles like that.
She talked about that one. She said Akatar. And he's like, what the fuck?
He didn't know?
He didn't, but now
There's
he knows.
a whole thing on TikTok about that book.
Yeah, because apparently it's spicy.
Yeah, I've heard from a friend it's not as spicy.
I've heard from people that, there's no spice in it whatsoever.
And then I've heard from other people that you just had to get to the next book.
I don't care about those kind of things in books. That's what movies are for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I used to read...
I'm a visual learner.
I used to read romance novels.
Yeah.
A lot. I was very addicted. Probably too young addicted to those.
Oh. It happens.
Well, I was in high school at least.
Lots of people are into those, though. I mean, they're pretty popular.
Yeah.
Genre.
I would want to go to the bookstore all the time for them. And it wasn't for a while until my mom noticed. Are you in the romance section? Yeah. I read these all the time. Just like, oh.
Gross.
Yeah, basically.
So, anyway, one of the other dreams that I had, this one I did not text you about because it didn't make any fucking sense to me. But
do they ever?
Yeah, they do. And I'll tell you about the next one here in a minute that it made sense. So, I had this dream that my dad and I were talking to what was supposed to be our neighbors, but we lived like in the middle of nowhere. So like the house next to us was like a couple of acres away. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
we were over there talking to them, and then we could hear something while they were trying to like tear down their back porch. And we could hear something like a dog barking. And so we helped them pull down their back porch, right? And we found a dog, like a dog that had been lost. In the dream, come to find out, this was their dog, the neighbor's dog, mm-hmm. that had been missing for 37 years. That I remember very distinctly. They said 37 years.
That is very specific.
And I was like,
amount of
dogs don't live that long. Yes. What? Yeah. And so we we were like, okay, well, I guess your dog's back after 37 years. And then my dad and I had gone home, and I think he was washing dishes in the dream, and I was telling him, I was like, don't you think that's weird? And he was like, yeah, it's really weird. But that's not the only weird thing that's happened. And like, he starts to go into detail about other things, but I don't remember them now. And I woke up.
Oh, God.
Right at that point. And I was just like, damn it.
What were the other things?
Yeah.
You suck for waking up.
No.
I mean, right there.
Yeah, okay. First you called me ugly. Now you said you wish I wouldn't wake up. I see how this one's going, mate. This is tear down Dustin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tech Dustin Day.
That's fine. I give you enough shit. Yeah, that was a fun dream. Did you have any more dreams?
I had another dream.
My next one is a lot longer, but it's only longer because it's more detailed.
My other dream, okay, this one is going to be shorter. In this dream, I remember driving to a food truck, specifically looking for noodles. And I remember driving up to a red, for some reason I remember this detail, it was a red food truck. And I was talking to the owner in the truck, the cook, looking for a specific type of noodle. He didn't have it. So I remember driving away to another food, I guess it wasn't a truck this time, it was a restaurant, looking for a specific type of noodle, and they didn't have it. And so I remember driving away to another food truck, looking for a specific type of noodle. And they didn't have it, and that's all I remember from that dream.
You don't remember what the type of noodle was?
Nope.
They didn't have what you were looking for.
Yep.
So
this is not the noodles I was looking for.
All right. I think that's too close to Star Wars. I wonder, do you know, like, if they were supposed to be Asian or they were Asian noodles?
They're supposed to be. I know that. I love Asian ramen noodles. I love Asian food.
Yeah, you would. All your ramen and Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue. I've been craving a brand, Bulldog Ramen.
What is it?
Bulldog.
I don't know. I don't think you're saying that right.
I might not be. Actually,
that sounds really close to a slur that you shouldn't be saying.
Really?
Yeah.
You lying?
No.
Bulldog Ramen.
Did you stop scrolling?
Bulldog Ramen. I Googled it.
Oh, okay.
Google proof. Fact check.
That's not what I was hearing. So, my dream, my last dream that I had was about a card game. Okay?
Okay.
And this was the most detailed I've ever had, like, a dream like this. And it I've got rules for the card game. Okay?
You've come up with rules for a game.
Yeah, this one makes way more sense.
Okay.
So, everyone gets dealt 2 cards. And they're from 2 different piles, right?
Regular deck?
No, it's a different type of. I'll explain it here in just a second. One card is a character card, and another card is a trait card, right? And they're both dealt face down, so that nobody knows what they are, right? Okay. Everyone at the table then has to turn over their trait card, so that everyone knows now what the trait card is. Now, the traits are worth a specific amount of points, right? So, like, let's say your trait is, like, weapons expert or something like that, right?
Okay.
And it's worth, like, 8 points. So that would add to whatever your character's total already is. So, like, if your character was a 20, you're now a 28, right? But you don't know what your character is yet, okay? But everyone at the table gets to know what your trait is, what your modifier is. And then at that point, you can you all have like a set of item cards that you have, that you can then play on top of your trait card to go with your character as well. And your items can be like a gun or a knife, or maybe it's a spell book or something like that, right? Some kind of crazy shit. I don't know. But anyway, and those are worth points as well.
Okay, it's making a lot of sense so far.
Right. And so then you get to look at what your character is. But you only get to see it. Everybody else gets to see what your trait and your item are and what they're worth. But then you get to find out what your character is worth also. And then this is where it gets a little weird because it turns into like a gambling game where then you have to bet something.
Your item or your trait?
You can bet other items that you have in your hand or whatever. And this is where you can kind of bluff and be like, oh yeah, my character's worth a lot, so I'm going to bet really big. Or, you can say, oh, my character's not worth much, I can bet really little. But either way, everyone bets. And if, let's say you don't want to bet against someone who's bet really big, then you can fold that hand. And the only thing you lose is the item.
Okay.
But the trait goes back into the trait deck. You see what I mean?
Like
so the item stays in or goes back. It goes into the bet pile, I guess.
Okay. But your trait
goes into the trait deck, and then it gets shuffled again, and then everybody.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And so then it whoever winds up staying in after all the betting is done, you flip it over, you find out who wins, right? And then whoever wins gets to keep everything, the trait and everything like that, and the character, and that becomes one of their 5 characters that they get. And then so after you get 5 characters, you're no longer in the betting with everyone else. You have to wait until that whole thing is done, and then so everyone else has to win at least 5 times, to get their characters.
Okay, and once you get 5?
Didn't get that far.
Oh, poo.
Yeah, that's the second phase starts when you get your 5 characters, and I don't know what the second phase is because I woke up.
It had to be implementation of your items and traits, so maybe like the adventure phase.
Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be a fucking badass card game, though.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
I was super pumped for it, and then I woke up and I was like, I hesitated to like write it down.
This isn't bullshit.
Yeah, because I was like, son of a bitch, that feels like such a good game. And then I was like, but I don't know how the rest of it goes. I only know this part.
You suck for waking up then.
See, I fucking hate you. I can't help it. I always wake up at the good part. But I did write all that stuff down. So, I have the rules for the first phase.
So maybe
if we want to make the game.
Oh, okay.
What?
I was going to say, maybe if you dream it, you'll pick up where you left off. Maybe. You've done that before,
or maybe
right?
I have. Or maybe it's a game that already exists and I just never,
No. You invented it. Dream invention.
Well, I definitely have never played it because I don't remember anything like this.
Definitely invented it. All dreams. I don't know where I was going with that.
It was going to be such a fucking magnificent quote, too. All dreams.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
All
my
dreams.
point.
Yes. What am they anyway?
Oh, like our title.
Oh, our title.
You're dumb. So I drank a little bit tonight, and I really am not feeling anything. And
do you usually?
Sometimes, yeah.
Huh.
It's been a while since I've drank heavily, so I was surprised that it's not, the last time that I drank when I was over here that we went through quite a bit because I think 3 of those little bottles like that, and then also some of those
Caymans.
Yeah, Caymans that you kept forcing on
Ooh,
me. You.
That doesn't sound like
And
me.
then also sake that you had left, and I could not stop peeing. It was like every 20 minutes I had to get up and go pee. But it was all clear. That was the other thing. It was like, it was pissing me off. I was like, what, am I distilling the alcohol? Now I'm just flushing it down?
That's funny. Maybe you were.
Maybe.
But you're not feeling anything.
My liver's working overtime.
Nessa's liver needs to learn how to do that.
Maybe I can give him part of my liver.
Yeah, I'm sure it works just like that too.
I mean, it could if we're the right blood type. Yeah. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
You take a like half of the liver and then give it to somebody else and then it regrows. You didn't know that?
No. You're fucking with me. Fact check.
Okay.
I had to.
What are you, blueberry drunk?
No, I had to enunciate because
Oh.
I feel like it might have come off like me saying fuck check.
I wouldn't have even thought that. I thought maybe fat check.
Oh, that would have made more sense. I don't know why this reminded me of what it did, but it reminded me of us watching Wonka, the new Wonka.
Oh, how was that?
It was good.
Oh, yeah.
The origin story of Wonka. It was way better than I expected it being.
I've wanted to see it, and I know that the people that have seen it have been confused by the fact that it's a musical.
Yes! We did not expect it to be a musical.
Did we not watch the original?
Yes.
Absolutely, it was a musical.
The original. Yes, I guess so, yeah. But, I don't know. This one was different.
Was it?
Yeah, it was different.
No.
Ish.
I haven't seen it, so you might be right, but still.
It had to be.
No.
So, I don't remember any music aside from the Oompa Loompas, the other one. The original.
I Want It Now by Veruca Salt.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
The Candyman can at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, fuck. How here's that?
It's a fucking musical.
It's a goddamn musical. I know, so I was like...
Come with me and you'll be in a world. That I fucking love that song. Pure Imagination is so good. Then it gets really fucking weird when he takes him on that boat ride.
Yeah, it does get weird. It's a little alarming, a little scary for little kids, but in the old version.
Yeah, it's that one part where you're like, the fuck are we watching?
This is supposed to be a kids. Well, this is fuck, who's the author? He did James and the Giant Peach.
Roald Dahl?
Yeah, he did Matilda.
It's weird that I knew that, though. Because I've never actually read the book.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't read the book either, so I just knew that they're all books. Some of the short stories are pretty intriguing.
I think in the book, don't the kids actually die?
But
the ones that, like, fall into shit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I mean, like, you know, people were doing shit like that all the time back then. Like, I mean, the Brothers Grimm fairy tales were fucked up.
Everybody was like, FTK.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids. This is what I'm saying in education. For kids who misbehave, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Just them.
But yeah, Nesta did not want to watch it originally, of course.
Of course not.
He's like, do we have to watch it? The kids had been wanting to watch it. Mom had been wanting to watch it. We turn it on. They're singing first thing. And we look it up. Yeah, we look it up and we're like, oh shit, this is a musical. Mom's like, it's a musical? She doesn't like musicals either. So her and Nessa were like, awesome. And Nessa's like, this is so cool. Like, Big cracks his neck like Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Peter Griffin Jeff.
Here's the thing. Go ahead.
He ended up
really enjoying
laughing. Not really enjoying it, but he laughed in several parts. So he didn't completely hate it, and he thought lots of parts were funny.
Here's the thing. Everyone always thinks they don't like musicals until they start thinking about certain movies.
Yeah.
Like the old Disney cartoon movies, all musicals.
Yeah.
You know, what was we just said, you know, the original Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whatever the fuck it's called.
I forgot.
It's a musical.
I don't know why that slipped my mind.
There's a lot of musicals that you've probably seen that you just didn't think about it as a musical. And then you're like, oh, I don't like musicals because you've seen one musical or two musicals that you're like, oh, I don't like that movie. Like Grease. Grease is a musical.
I loved Grease.
Grease is a fucking great movie.
And
it's a great musical.
Both of them. Oh, were there three? I feel like there were three.
I know that there were two. I didn't care for the second one. I also really liked Hairspray. I'm a musical guy, though. I do like musicals.
I'm not sure I've seen all of the John Travolta Hairspray.
But it was really good.
I've seen some of the newer Hairspray.
I thought that was the newer one.
Was it?
Yeah. The one from like 2010?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, John Travolta was in that.
I thought he was like in the old version.
No, he's in Grease.
Yeah. What's her face is in there too, huh? Effort.
She's in Grease too.
I'm talking about Hairspray.
Oh, I don't know if she's in Hairspray.
Are they both in Grease and both in Hairspray?
Michelle Pfeiffer's in Grease 2, and he's in Grease 1. And
she's fucking crazy.
What's her name? Olivia Newton-John was in Grease 1 with him. I don't know how we're on musicals now.
Neither.
But what was there was another musical that I was thinking of. Damn it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Labyrinth. Labyrinth is technically a musical. Even though I think it's supposed to be considered a fantasy.
I'm not sure I've seen... Oh, Labyrinth. The one we went to the movies with you with? Mm-hmm. See? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had a bunch of singles.
The old Muppet movies, like Muppet Christmas Carol.
Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take it to
Do you remember the Muppets singing that? Is that why you're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the only Muppet movie. No, I guess I've seen the Christmas Muppets.
Yeah.
Some of my teacher friends love the Muppets.
Muppets were fucking bananas good.
Very good.
Did you have any more dreams? Because we went off on a fucking musical tangent here.
I did. I had one.
Lies.
And it was so strange.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Well, I texted you about it. And it was about me knowing that I had to take my dad to the doctor.
Oh, yes, yes.
For a doctor's appointment. Okay. We had to take him for a regular checkup. I remember in the dream I got in the car with them. Alice went with me to help me out. I don't remember the drive there, but I remember we ended up making it. And we get to the clinic. We sit in the waiting room. All that's normal. But the one thing that is not normal is the state my dad was in my dream. He was a head. A blubbery head. And I don't know why I'm dreaming this. But imagine the weight of a corgi. That's how much it felt like his head weight. So it was not like real life head. And also it was blubbery. Like a squishy, like a squishmallow.
And this was absolutely normal in the dream.
Yeah, in the dream it was completely normal. Nothing was out of the ordinary. We just had to take Dad to his casual doctor's office checkup. Yeah, so that was the twist. I needed help carrying him. For some reason, we didn't have a specialized carrier to carry him with, because in the dream, I knew dropping him would be the equivalent of dropping a baby. But I wasn't alarmed enough to get a special carrier for him. And also, I told Alice to carry him to the car and out of the car, across the parking lot, into the clinic. I was like, Alice, you got it. So I was alarmed, but not alarmed enough to carry him myself or to get a carrier. So that was weird. I feel like we should have had a stroller or something. So just picture...
Oh, what's in the stroller? It's just my dad's head.
Oh, right. So just imagine like a balloon. Pretty hardy balloon. Maybe like 2 feet in circumference. Filled with jello. That was the
And
consistency.
in the shape of a person's face and head.
Yeah, for the most part. And, it was filled with jello, so
Yeah.
it could morph. And also, I kept losing sight of his face as he kind of, slid down the other way, or, his face started squishing out or squishing in. The more I, tried to grab hold of him, tried to hold him in an effective way, and nothing was being effective. So I ended up holding him myself in the clinic, and just as we were sitting down in the waiting room of this clinic, the doctors were walking out, and I was losing grip of him. So I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, his face was squished, and the doctors walked up to me. They're like, "You really should take better care of this. You're clearly not doing this right."
So they were judging you pretty hardcore.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, well, you should have seen my daughter carry him, because she almost dropped him several times. But I didn't say it.
It's a good way to throw the stuff off of you. Just throw her under the bus.
Right?
You think this is bad? You should see this one.
Right? It's that bad. Yeah, it was so weird. They were about to take him in for his checkup, and that's all I remember of that dream.
Did you tell Alice?
No, I didn't tell Alice. Such a strange dream. I've never had a more strange dream, I don't think. Well, maybe, but not in a while.
We have some pretty strange ones.
Yeah.
It's the reason we do this podcast.
That one's got to be top 10. I mean, top 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that. But it's funny how dreams do feel like they're absolutely normal in the, in the time that they're happening. You're like, oh yeah, this is absolutely happening, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck?
That was exactly how I woke up too. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with my brain?
I hate waking up and not remembering a dream that was a good dream.
That's the worst.
Because you have the feeling of oh, that was such a good dream. And then you're like, what the fuck was it? Yeah. I hate that feeling so much.
Sometimes I try to go back to sleep to try and remember it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
It's almost as bad as when you sneeze or when you have to sneeze and it doesn't come out. Oh, I fucking hate that feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, never mind. I'm disappointed for the rest of the day after that.
Make that face.
What face? That face? No, yeah.
It looked real. It looked like you were about to sneeze.
I've sneezed a lot in my life.
That's the title. That's the title.
Oh, God. I can't breathe.
Have you ever said anything so dumb?
I was saying it as a joke. I didn't know you were going to take it so seriously. Oh. 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 Anyway.
I almost choked in my blueberry muffin.
That title's gonna be weird. People are gonna be like, what? It's not gonna come till the end of the episode. Oh. Alright. So anyway, what were we saying? Oh, yeah, I was talking about being disappointed after not being able to sneeze. Yeah, it ruins my whole fucking day.
It does suck.
Alright, well, is that it? Are we done with the dreams? Alright.
I think so.
So I guess it's time for recommendations.
Recommendations.
Oh, recommendations. So what is your recommendation?
I'm going to go ahead and recommend the movie Poor Things with Emma Stone.
Yes.
Emma Stone. Oh man, is she great in this movie. So is Mark Ruffalo. Definitely not a kid's movie, so if you're wanting to watch it, do not bring the family unless it's your spouse.
Willem Dafoe is also in it.
William Dafoe is amazing in this. The quotes are like 10 out of 10. The best film quotes I've ever wanted to remember.
Okay.
They're just so funny. And not like, I don't know, I'm geeking out over quotes. But let me get into what the movie's about. The film, I think the trailer shows you with some quirky music clips of a woman who's behaving pretty erratically and kind of childishly, and she speaks as if she's just learning a language, or maybe she's childlike, or you don't really know what's going on. But one of the quotes in one of the trailers is, "I'm going to go punch that baby." So that's just a clip of how crazy it gets in that film. So I don't want to say much more without spoiling stuff. So I'll just leave it at that. Great cast, great film if you're into quirky sci-fi ridiculousness. A feminist celebration triumph,
Yes.
definitely. And if you're into, I guess it's sort of a coming of age film in a way. Yeah, check it out if you're into all that weird stuff.
Which apparently you are, because you recommended it a lot to me.
I am. That's like my favorite film right now. Right now.
Right now.
Mm-hmm. It'll change.
I'll eventually finish watching it.
It's a very long film.
Is it?
I didn't know how long it was going to be when we went into the theater to watch it. Over 2 hours.
Damn. It is a long film.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, like Titanic was like 3 hours, right? So it's not terribly long.
Right.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, so you can definitely catch it.
No.
Apparently they added it to Disney Plus, because I think now there's like a lot of crossover between Disney Plus and Hulu, because Disney owns Hulu. So
that is wild to me that film is on Disney Plus, because like I said, don't watch it with the kiddies. Probably awkward if you watch it with parents. I don't know.
It was definitely awkward when some stuff happened with my parents in the room, and I was like, all right, we're going to turn this off.
Understandable. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, very intimate scenes in this film. It's not suited for work.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious.
Yeah. I adore Emma Stone. I'm a little surprised at this film that she's in, just because it's a different type of film for her, I mean, she's been in a lot of stuff before, but nothing like this.
I would agree.
So, yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my recommendation, we're going to switch to a very different style of film, but another female lead.
Okay.
It's got Jennifer Lawrence in it. It's called No Hard Feelings.
Oh.
It's very
Is that the
funny
comedy?
movie. Yes.
I watched it.
Did you?
It's a good film. It's
also, do not watch this with the kids or with, probably not with your parents either. Anything like that. The premise of the movie, which I believe they give away in the trailer, is that she's running low on money, and so she's hired by this couple to date their son. But she does it so that he doesn't know, like, it makes him believe that it's real, that she's really dating him. And he's very sheltered.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to get him out of his comfort zone and get him to actually experience life. And shit goes sideways really fast in that movie.
Yeah, it does.
It's very good, though. I enjoyed it.
It's fucking hilarious.
I went and saw that one in the theater.
I waited until it was streaming.
Is it streaming? Where's it at?
Netflix, I think.
Is it on Netflix?
You sure?
I might watch it again. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're into comedy, Jennifer Lawrence, check it out.
It felt like a different role for Jennifer Lawrence, too, because she's been in comedies before, but I never thought she would carry a comedy like that. Like, you know, be the main, like, goofy protagonist.
Yeah.
But
she did well.
Yeah.
A couple of naked scenes in that one, too.
Yeah. Which, you know, for anybody who wants to know,
is that
she
minute?
did not use she did not use a body double that is really her. A lot of times in, you know, Hollywood, really, really big stars will use body doubles instead of, you know, actually getting nude on screen. But Jennifer Lawrence said that she really wanted to do it, so she embraced it.
Good to know.
Yeah, I don't know why it's important, but, you know, apparently she wanted to, like, do the whole feminist thing and be like, it's my body and I'll do with it what I want. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. I mean, I've been naked on screen.
Good to know. I think we did it.
Yeah, I think we did.
We did it.
We did it.
Hit him with the outro, Dustin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you, Little Dreamers, for listening.
Little Dreamers is our Patreon tier that we have. It's $5. And that just helps to keep the channel running.
Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible.
And you can find us on the socials at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I don't think we have a Facebook. Anyway, we're on YouTube.
It'll be in the works. Email us your dreams at whatmdreams@gmail.com. Feel free to send us your dreams that we can talk about.
Yeah, and then we can judge you for it.
And enjoy, and a little bit of judging, yeah.
All right, well, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you again. Bye.
Bye. Oh, man.
I feel like I put cinnamon in the taco meat. Not this.
Oh. What taco meat? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I told that earlier from a taco place
Oh.
in Red Oak. I had a feeling they put cinnamon in their tamales because it kind of tasted sweet.
Yeah.
And my tongue got sore after I ate tamales. But I didn't think they put it in the meat too. I think they put it. And it's so good.
Is that why you were coughing all night?
I don't think cinnamon does that to me.
I don't
But
know.
now that I think about it, maybe.
You were fucked up all night.
You were fucked up.
You were just like coughing up your lungs and shit. You done fucked up, AA Ron. Take your ass to Oshag Hennessy's office.